We all know home sellers can roll their eyes pretty hard when faced with the prospect of an FHA buyer. But what's the big deal? Why is an FHA loan such an issue for some home sellers? I guess you could say the government actually cares about you. Crazy, I know. You see, all FHA loans must come with a property appraisal. The main goal of any appraisal is to determine the property's market value to make sure that it meets or exceeds the purchase price that you've negotiated. FHA, in your best interest, takes it a step further. They want to ensure the property meets their established minimum property standards, which are focused on three main factors: safety, habitability, and structural integrity. Today, we're going to walk through 10 of the most common home issues that are identified by FHA appraisers everywhere and will likely need to be repaired prior to closing your purchase. If you're new to the channel, thanks for being here. If you find this content helpful, of course, smash that like button. And if you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell. All right, before we dig in too deep, a little fine print is in order. This is by no means an exhaustive list and doesn't apply to every property. It's important to remember that the specific requirements for repair will depend on the property's condition and any state or local regulations as well. Also, keep in mind that FHA guidelines are continuously updated, so it's always a good idea to refer to the most recent FHA guidelines if you're not sure. For some good toilet reading, you can find that link just below. Okay, the first thing an FHA appraiser might identify is any issues with the roof. Any leaks, broken shingles, broken gutters, cracked or crumbling chimney, or any other extensive damage will likely be flagged for repair. This one should be pretty obvious, and it falls under all three of the major concerns of safety, habitability, and structural integrity. Next up is plumbing. Of course, any leaking pipes, faulty or leaking faucets or fixtures, or insufficient water pressure could require repair. And obviously, no one would want leaking water all over the house that they're about to buy. So it's great to see this one on the list. And stay tuned to the end of the video for a bonus item in the plumbing category. Okay, the appraiser will also be looking for any structural problems with the house. This could include anything from cracks or bulging in the walls or ceiling, any cracks or signs of movement in the foundation, uneven gaps on windows and doors, sagging, sloping, or cracking of floors, and then some. If there are any additions to the home, such as a porch, deck, or carport, they should not be impeding the structural integrity of the home. Okay, we talked about roof issues and plumbing, but the appraiser will also be looking for any evidence of current water damage or mold growth. Water damage could be from previous leaks, but it can lead to structural integrity issues or mold. We all know mold can be a dangerous health hazard and can be pretty tough to remove if not done properly. So props to FHA and appraisers for helping identify this right up front. Speaking of dark, dank, hidden places, next up is pest infestations. Any evidence such as urine, droppings, nesting, feeding of termites, rats, rodents, or other creepy crawlies that should not be living in your new home. Fun fact about me, my sister Tama is now living in my dad's old cottage in northern Michigan, which sat vacant for decades. After moving in, she quickly realized that she had some unwanted roommates. Bats! Okay guys, we're officially halfway through the list. This is a good spot to take a second and let you know that this very list we're discussing is available for download by using the link below. Now, since I mentioned the bat story, I'm actually curious to know what nasty, gnarly infestations have you had in your home? Let me know in the comments. Okay, time to light things up. I'm talking, of course, about all things electrical. The appraiser should be looking for outdated or faulty electrical systems, exposed wiring, and other safety hazards. They will test every outlet in the home to make sure that it's functional, it's drawing the correct amount of current, and that the GFI breakers are working. If you don't know, GFI stands for Ground Fault Interrupter. That's the little button on the outlets next to your bathroom sink and tub. These are put in place where electricity is close to water, so you don't get zapped when you're taking a bath. Next up are any safety hazards. Common examples of safety hazards include anything from exposed wiring, missing or loose handrails on a stairway, and any tripping hazards like carpet that may be coming up. Number 8 is peeling or chipping paint. Appraisers will be looking for any peeling or chipping paint, and if there's any present, it will need to be repaired. Now that doesn't mean just painting over it with new paint. The old paint needs to be completely removed, whether that's sanding, chemical removal, etc., before repainting. Next up is inadequate heating or cooling systems. This one is pretty obvious, but if the heat doesn't work, FHA doesn't want you to freeze your little britches off. And if the AC is not working, they don't want you to become a human torch. And finally, any health or sanitation issues. This could mean a lot of things, but FHA specifically mentions properly functioning waste disposal systems and septic tanks if applicable. PU. Okay, bonus time. Earlier in item number 2, while talking about plumbing, I mentioned insufficient water pressure, but the converse of too much water pressure can be an even bigger issue. This can cause leaks and even burst pipes. Yikes. Well, that's it for the top 10 home repairs that an FHA appraiser might identify. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.